Hi YouTube, it's Kelsey again, and this is Real with Mrs. B. I'm very excited today to show you EveryDollar.com. As I said before, I don't think that a lot of YouTubers actually show EveryDollar.com, and I don't know why, because it's awesome. So I'm going to show you my May budget so far, and I'm going to show you just the general layout of EveryDollar and what it has to offer, give it my review. And then in another video, I will show you my June budget and how I do that. So this is my May budget on EveryDollar. I had, so at the beginning of every month or about the week beforehand, I plan out for the next month. So it'll take the previous month's budget breakdown and then use that, and then you can fix it to meet your needs for the next month, if that makes sense. So originally, I'm a substitute teacher and I also work for a YMCA as an after-school teacher. So originally I kind of go plan under what I'm going to get just in case, and then put any extra money that I make towards obviously my debt. So I had originally planned about $1,500 for my substitute teaching, and for YMCA I had planned $700, and then I did not plan for any other extra income. I've mentioned before I'm a dog walker. I get paid $15 each time I walk the dog, and it's about let's say 8 times a month. I use that cash just for personal things like going to the Dollar Tree or for eating out or groceries, just anything I want basically. I think that I'm working pretty hard, and that money is just like a little bonus to myself. So you would put in how much you plan to make, and then it has all these categories laid out for you, and then you can change them. So I had my emergency fund for savings, obviously, and I have been saving, or I did save up to $1,000. And ever since I made it to $1,000, I've been putting just a little bit more into it, and lately I've been putting in $25 a month. And the reason why is, as I've said, I'm substitute teaching now, and I'm hoping to get a full-time teaching job in the fall. However, over the summer, so far I'm going to be teaching summer school, but then I'm not working all of August. So I'm just planning ahead just a little bit extra just to pay for rent, and if we have to do moving expenses as well, if we have to move because where I will be teaching. So I just like having that little extra in there. Then down to housing. Our apartment, actually our rent where we are now is $885. It includes heat and water. But we had the apartment fire, and we actually got a refund for this month, and I can explain that again in another video if you're interested. But this month my portion of the rent was only $179, and again, up until this point my husband and I have been splitting everything equally, so he paid $179 as well. I'm responsible for paying for our phones. I know it's pricey, but $154.95. And then our internet, which for the phone and internet, I put the due dates on here just to remind myself. But internet, it actually is only about $40, but because of moving and stuff, there was one month I didn't pay, and then this month I had to pay that month's and this month's. So that's why that one's higher. For transportation, I just put down gas and oil here. Gas has been a little bit cheaper lately, and my husband is responsible for car insurance, so he pays both of that, so that's why I just have gas. I have a category for food and drinks. Grocery, again, we split that this month. I think I planned about $175 for my portion, and I spent $169.03. For restaurants, I usually plan $40 to $50, and this month I spent $48.61. And drinks, I went on a little bit over. A girlfriend and I have Friday wine nights, and we split off every other week. You know, we buy the wine, and I ended up going to Woodman's and just stocked up for a little while. And then my husband and I went out with some coworkers. So I usually plan 60, and I did go over $73.76 was my total. Under lifestyle, I just include things that I don't think are, you know, super necessary per se. So Netflix, we don't have cable, so I do get Netflix. I really like a lot of shows on there. My husband and I watch together, like House of Cards and Daredevil. So that's $8.44 every month. It's always consistent. And then I pay for a gym membership at Planet Fitness, and I can bring a free guest every time. So my husband and I kind of get that together, and that's $19.99. That's also consistent. Household supplies. Again, because of the house fire, the apartment fire, I've had to buy some more things for our house. Usually I try to keep that under like $40. And obviously it went a little bit over this month. And then personal as well. I obviously do not spend $144 every month on personal things, but we got tickets for a band we really want to see, so that costs a little bit more. For insurance, I talked about in my previous video that we are still 25, so we are under our parents' insurance for just a few more months until we turn 26. And then we will be paying for it on our own. Auto insurance, I said my husband deals with that. And this is my debt area. So my Amazon credit card, Freedom credit card, and Chase Slate credit card all have zero balances on it. And I know I haven't cut them up yet or deleted the accounts, but I haven't used them at all. I know I have to do so. I just haven't. I feel like I keep them in my safe. I'd never even bring them out with me, so it's okay for now. And then my one credit card, American Eagle credit card, that's the one with like the $1,600 some balance on it. I had planned on, well, now it has $1,600. This month I planned originally $800, but because of the higher income I got, I ended up putting $950 towards it. My student loans, based on I have it set up based on my income, and since I don't make a whole lot right now, my minimum payments are $119.38. So until I pay off my credit card, I'm just paying towards the minimum payment. Then my envelopes. I talked about my envelopes in another video. Again, this is all of the envelopes that I'm responsible for. And as you can see, that it still says that I have still remaining amount to spend, basically. You can actually change this view to show how much you've spent and how much you have remaining. So what I really, really like about EveryDollar, one of the things I really, really like is this right here. So it tells me exactly how much income I have and then the breakdown for every category. And so you can see that this is the big one. 45% of my income alone is going towards my debt. And I'm proud of that because that's what I should be doing. I should be gazelle intense and paying this down as quickly as possible. So putting as much as I can towards it is great. And hopefully when I get that bump in salary when I'm a teacher, we'll keep the same expenses and I will just continue putting more and more towards that debt. So it also shows, of course, how much you've spent and then how much remaining you have, which is helpful because if you want to plan out per paycheck what you're going to pay, I found this useful. And then if you go to transactions, you can see all the ones that I've tracked. And then whenever you put in a new one, which I'm going to show you now doing my cash envelopes because I just took that out today. So I took out $215. And then I'm just going to put for the merchant cash envelopes. And then you choose your budget item. And I'm going to scroll down, and you can choose as many items as you want. So I'm going to choose all of the envelopes that I took out money for today. All right. Lots of them. All right, and then it's very easy. I'm just going to go down. I put $50 for cart maintenance. I put $30 for health. I put $10 for laundry. Oh, I didn't do gift money, so I could just take that out. I put $10 for Amazon Prime, $30 for the cats, and I didn't do beauty and clothing either. Should have paid more attention. $10 for entertainment, $25 for tattoo, and $50 for the mattress. So it will show here, if you saw, each time I put in an amount, it took it out of the $215 I was starting with. So you can make sure you did your math right, basically. So then I just add expense, and then this will change, showing that I have nothing left to spend in those categories. And then you can look under tracked, and you can see that I did my cash envelopes. Another awesome thing about this website is if you go over to baby steps over here, it will show you your progress in the baby steps. So I have baby step 1 complete because I have at least $1,000 in my emergency fund. And then I am currently working on baby step 2, which is paying off all debt using the debt snowball. And then it'll go through the rest of them. There's great articles on here as well. It's really, really useful. Now, this amount right here isn't completely accurate. The only thing you have to do is for each debt, you just have to update it each month, how much is on the credit card or not. So if you click on this, it'll show the current balance, and then you can type in the minimum payment. You can change that there. Again, you can click on any one of these, and it'll show what transactions you have in those categories. And let's see, another feature of EveryDollar is the ELP. If you don't know much about Dave Ramsey, he has these like people that he sponsors, I guess, to give you advice, or you can get services. So things like term life insurance, tax services, insurance, stuff like that. It's great stuff there. So this is pretty much the overview. I do, set it up in the beginning of the month, but then throughout, as I make transactions and all, I am always adjusting these numbers. And then your goal is to get a zero-based budget, so that this would say that there's nothing left to spend. That's a zero-based budget. At the end of the month, I just zeroed everything out in that I made sure that my planned amount matches my spent amount. And then it just so happens that in May that I have $3.05 left. So that will just stay in my checking account, and that's just money that can go towards another month, or it's just savings. So that's the overview. I will put out another video when I do my June budget, but please feel free to ask me about anything about EveryDollar.com. If you have any questions, please try it out. I think it's a wonderful resource, and it's so easy to use. So I hope you have a great rest of your week, and let me know if you have any questions.